Ketu in the second house. I always liked seeing this placement whenever I read someone's chart. Ketu represents separation, whether emotionally or physically, even if the separation is caused through death. Ketu represents researching, trying to find out the origins of things. Ketu is visualizing also, etc. The second house is your childhood. It represents your family lineage slash culture. It also explains the interactions your family members have with each other. The type of family the second house represents is not just the family that you live with, but your entire family tree, which means the second house can represent the family you procreate as well. The second house represents teeth, face, throat, and when I say face, too, the second house puts lots of emphasis on your eyes and chin. The second house is speech and many other things. I'll start with the body parts first. Since Ketu is separation, then this separation can obviously occur with your teeth. You know how people have gap or spacious teeth to the point that they may need braces? The separation might occur in your gums as well. Recessed gums comes to mind. I think that's what it's called. Then if you want to take things up a notch, during Ketu Antardashas, you might actually lose a tooth or the tooth can become cracked. You may get your braces removed or have to go through a root canal. When it comes to speech, your voice or how it sounds when you talk, I'm still trying to research this, but if we go by the basis of what Ketu represents, then clearly Ketu in the second house can make someone prefer not to talk much, maybe not speak loudly. A good possibility would be someone that speaks carelessly without any emotions. You know, those people that tend to be blunt and kind of cold-hearted with their speech. In Ketu Antardashas, you might have to get something removed from your throat, like tonsils. On the flip side of all of these things I just mentioned, the researching factor caused by Ketu plays an important role. You want to be the person that studies or researches about teeth, throat, and speech a lot. It could be a general research, but definitely researching about your own body parts. The body parts I just mentioned. For example, during Ketu Antardashas, you may go to see a dentist. Ketu Antardashas or not, you would try researching why your voice sounds like such and why you talk like such. I'm done with talking about body parts, so now I want to elaborate Ketu's influence on your family. This is an interesting placement because in the charts I've read, people who get adopted would have Ketu in the second house. The adoption tends to happen from since they were born. Girls would tell me how they don't know who their real mother is, which kind of makes reading their birth chart a little challenging. Challenging because you are gonna have to decipher placements that affects the relationship with your adopted family when compared to your biological family. As of today though, I know the solution to dealing with it that makes reading your birth chart very easy. You gotta pay me to find out, though, or just watch my videos or something. I don't know. The reason why Ketu in the second house increases anyone's chances of being adopted is simple. The second house is childhood and your family's origins, culture, and lineage, whereas Ketu is separation. You add those things up, then you could have been separated from your biological family from early into your life. This separation from family doesn't just stop with adoption. Oh no. Even as an adult, you can be separated from your family members due to many reasons. It's mainly for work, though. You have actors or people in the military that are forced to move away from family members due to being stationed at a different location. Even law enforcers and athletes go through this. So, in a way, Ketu in the second house is a bit of a foreign settlement placement. You have some people that have to check into rehab or may have to go to a medical facility and stay there for months. The separation can occur even with the family you procreate, not just the family you were born into. When it comes to how your family members interact with each other, there can be a rift between them, meaning you may not see lots of family members at the family cookout, family gathering, or even family funerals. The separation might just be due to location. The separation from family members can occur through the emotions you have for them. So there can be some sort of detachment that you have for your family's culture. For example, in Arabia, tons of women over there kind of get fed up with the Muslim religion. Despite being born into that culture and Islam being a pivotal theme in their family's foundation, yet still they would get fed up with the Islam religion and try seeking refuge in countries like Canada. I've watched countless of documentaries where Middle Eastern women do this. Even political activists like Idi Amin, Ernesto Che Guevara, they get exiled from their countries, so a separation from family members can occur. On the flip side, though, Ketu separation or not, Ketu will constantly make you research about your family's lineage. You see that last name that you have? You would research hard, where did this last name originate from? Who are my great grandparents? So those people who get those DNA tests and stuff can for sure have Ketu in the second house. I won't know the exact type of separation that Ketu causes for you. I won't know if it's on an emotional or physical perspective. I'm just giving examples. The second house can represent how you save money and can make money too. Saving money of any form, it could be an actual savings account or the money you keep at home, wherever you store your money at. This is a peculiar placement because Ketu is separation, right? So imagine how a separation from the money you keep occurs. Well, obviously, this indicates a money saving problem. You can notice this occurring in your Ketu antardashas, Ketu second house transit, and oftentimes throughout life. You have to often lose or spend money on whether you wanted to or not. A reason why it happens is because You have an abundance mindset when it comes to making money and saving it. You don't have an emotional attachment towards money, so you will be like, okay, if I spend it today, it will come back, which can make you someone that gives away money easily as well. But the second house money spending tends to be for important stuff. On the flip side, though, you'll always research about your savings. You will know how much money you have saved up and where it is. You will utilize online banking for sure. You will be like your own accountant in a way, but you wouldn't be a good financial advisor for yourself. Then, with Rahu in the eighth house, your focus becomes about why is your spouse or fiance savings so unusual? How Ketu in the second house can make you get money, I'm not so sure, but going by the basis of things, Ketu is about being an analyst and researching. On top of that, it represents one of your grandparents. I think paternal grandparents it is. This means the grandparents Ketu represents will give you money or may give you a job or something. They would be good customers if you own a business. Yeah, so journalists like analysts on ESPN may have K2 in the second house.